Welcome to the summer edition of the Sprint to Success with Design Thinking podcast.
How do you navigate change? It's a question we think about often, and one that today's world expects us to be comfortable with. The challenge, however, is where do you begin, and how do you develop the mindset and skill set to be successful? Welcome, everyone, to the Sprint to Success with Design Thinking podcast. I'm your host, Saba Kidwai. Join me each week as I share the stories and strategies from the world's leading researchers and practitioners about why they believe the answer lies in practicing design thinking.
Welcome to the summer edition of the Sprint to Success with Design Thinking podcast. Summer is my favorite time of year, and I hope that you're all able to enjoy the easing of restrictions and getting back to the things that we love to do and the people we love doing them with. I truly believe that if you're going to show up well for others, it's important to always take time for yourself, to do the things that you love, the things that bring you joy and that refresh your energy. Over the past year, I've thought deeply about the changing dynamics of the world that we're living in, and the skills and the mindset that I need to continue to enhance and develop. At the top of my learning list was content creation. I'm always thinking about a quote from Dr. Tony Wagner, author of Creating Innovators. He says, "The world doesn't care what you know, it cares what you can do with what you know." And one of the best ways to show the world what you can do with what you know is through content creation and a portfolio. The best way to learn is to do, and so if you follow me on Instagram at AskMissQ, you'll have seen that I recently attended the Creator Retreat in Greece with two former guests of the podcast, content creators Jeremy Austin and Angie Villa. Whether your strength is in writing, audio, video, or a combination, having the clarity and the confidence to communicate and share your skills, your strengths, is a must in today's world. When I went back to school after more than 10 years to get my doctorate, I was sure that unlike in 2007, building an online presence and learning how to create content that would showcase my work, my skills, and my strengths would be an integrated part of my experience. Unfortunately, I was wrong, and it's really what inspired the resources that I'm going to share with you today. Now, I'm someone who's experienced the difference that having an online presence makes, specifically when it comes to the people that you meet and the opportunities that you have access to. And so I'm sharing with you the strategies that I use to complement my traditional school experience with a more relevant one. Learning how to create a portfolio and showcase your work has never been more important. Building an online presence and portfolio connects you with people and opportunities that you may otherwise never even have known existed. And it's also really important to remember that this work begins now. Many of us had to wait much later in life to begin building our portfolios, our personal brands. However, one of the things I always think about is if back in 2007 I had had this opportunity, how different things might have been. So many of us grow up to realize, I had no idea this was a job. Oh, I actually majored in something that I'm not really even interested in. And you don't want to be in a position where you find these things out later in life if you had an opportunity to learn about them earlier. And most of all, you definitely don't want to graduate and be at the mercy of a job board. It's important for us to remember that we have the power to design our own lives, to pursue our passions, and most importantly, that there's a world of people out there who are excited to mentor, to advocate, and to be those bridges to the different opportunities that you might be interested in. First, though, it's important for us to put ourselves out there. It's important for you to put yourself out there. And it can not only be something that's sometimes scary, but it can also be overwhelming. Where do I begin? What platform should I be on? What tool should I be using? To help you gain the clarity and confidence to do this, I have two resources I'm going to share with you. First of all, this podcast. This summer, instead of new episodes, I'm sharing highlights from previous guests. Their insights and ideas will challenge your thinking, and you'll hear how having an online presence and portfolio has helped them evolve in their careers or why it's important for us to do so. Second, and this one I'm really excited about, is based off of my own school experience. I've created a free resource guide for you that will walk you through the steps to get the clarity and confidence you need to share your skills, your strengths, and your story with the world through a portfolio. The portfolio place that I recommend to everybody who's getting started is LinkedIn. Number one, you can share and showcase all of your work, your strengths, your skills, and you can also build a network. To gain access to these resources, head to askmissq.com, or you can use the link in my Instagram to download it today.
It's your turn to join the conversation by sharing what you enjoyed or what questions you still have. In a world where time and attention are so valuable, thank you for choosing to listen and for being a part of our Sprint to Success with Design Thinking community.